You know what imposter syndrome is, right? Everybody knows what it is. It's when you feel like you don't belong, when you feel like you just lying to yourself and that sort of stuff. And I've been struggling with that this week a lot, or the last couple of weeks really, to be completely honest, when it comes down to learning how to become a programmer. To the point of like, is it even a point? Like certain things are not sticking, so I'm like, is this even worth it? Will I ever get a job at this? But yesterday I had a great day and I watched the video through the Odin project, which is made by Adam Harris, I believe the name is. And it's an hour-long video, and it's a video about how to think like a programmer. So we're going to be touching on that, some of the points that he mentioned on that video today. But first, let's get some electrolytes in. We've got a pretty chill day today. I'm just about to head out to the gym to do some training and go for a run after the gym, and then from there on we get the afternoon off, and then we have a quiet week next week, which is great. So it's been a fairly steady week this week, which is great. I've been able to actually recover and been able to just chill out for more. When it comes to imposter syndrome, I think it's something that I've always struggled. Like when I used to be a fitness coach, I was a fitness coach very young, at basically 20 years old, and a lot of my colleagues were a lot older, 26, 27, upwards of 30s as well. And I always felt that people wouldn't take me seriously because of my age and because of my lack of knowledge. So I did everything possible during my time as a fitness coach to learn as much as I can, so then people could take me seriously. But in reality, it was mostly my insecurity, it was mostly me making up a scenario that actually never came true. Obviously, that still made me want to keep pushing and keep learning, but mostly for my benefit and to help others, rather than me trying to prove myself to not be an imposter. So that's kind of currently what I'm feeling at the moment, of like, I feel like I need to learn to prove someone wrong, which there isn't anybody, because yeah, every one of my friends is very supportive and they help me and they always ask me questions about how is my current learning progression going. So yeah, but the video that kind of talking about yesterday, he touched on like programming is hard, and it's not about the languages. It's just about knowing how to solve a problem. So that changed my mindset a little bit, which is good. So, all right, we're gonna head to the gym and we'll come back and talk more about this. But basically, watching the video from yesterday was all about how hard programming is, but then really about how to really think like a programmer. And it's not really about learning languages, like learning HTML, CSS, Python, JavaScript. It's just about how to really think about problem solving and what's the best way and the best approach for problem solving. And then there are three main ways to there's one framework for problem solving, and the first step is to understand the problem. Understand it so well that you can explain it in simple English to anybody. And I guess that goes into like, if you understand the topic, you can explain that topic to a 5-year-old. And basically that's what it is. So I think that's kind of been one of my biggest kind of struggles, is like when I look at a problem, I look at it as a whole, I look at the problem and trying to solve it without really understanding it. So that's something that I want to practice more. But and there's a few more things, but we'll touch on that in a second. So just got home from the gym, gonna get some food, and then we're gonna go watch the rugby this afternoon. England, Scotland. and we're going to be supporting Scotland today, because I don't really follow rugby, but a lot of my mates support Scotland anyways, so that's what we're going to be supporting today. So let's get showing, and we're going to move into the next lesson, into the next step of this framework of how to think like a programmer. So we'll get into that. Last lesson for today. God, my room is an absolute mess, and I'm glad that you can only see this. But it's pretty late right now. It's 10 past 10 on a Saturday evening, and here I am finishing this YouTube video, this YouTube vlog. But what I wanted to finish on, and then the last one of kind of like how to think like a programmer and how to kind of get over struggles, is like the difference. There's two things actually. The difference between a computer and a shoe is zero. Like they're both equally useless or less you give it something to. Like a computer won't write you code, I guess now with a work of AI, but you still have to give it a prompt, and you still have to give it some sort of input for it to work, same as a shoe. And then this last one, which is more on the realm of solving a problem, is when you can solve a problem, even after understanding it, even after breaking it down into smaller problems and smaller solutions, is to step away from it, take a break, completely like have the rest of the day off, and come back to that problem the next day with a set of fresh eyes. Maybe even, kind of like he said on the video, it's like maybe even delete the code completely and start fresh again. So you can start with fresh eyes, start with a blank canvas, and that can help you see things that you didn't see before, or see things that you may have skipped out before. So that's something that I will be putting into place a lot more coming up in the next few weeks. It's definitely changed his mindset when it comes to learning, of like, maybe I won't feel like doing any sort of learning for a full day, but if I can get 30 minutes in, if I can read one article in, if I can solve one problem, one coding problem a day, which that's going to be a goal coming up. I really want to do that. It's going to definitely help my skills as a programmer, my knowledge as a up-and-coming programmer, knowledgeable, not kind of knowledgeless, actually not knowledgeable, and hopefully build that knowledge up. So yeah, but a pretty thoughtful, a lot of thoughts, a lot of mindset talk on today's vlog. That's it for today. I'll see you next week, back again, which we're going to Barcelona, which we're going to Mobile World Congress next week. Yes. So, right, bye-bye.